Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another review. This time I'm doing something different. I'm doing the Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack Real Grade 1144 Scale Sazabi. Now, this is a model kit. It looks like an action figure. It's well put together by my friend Mysterious Builder X, who took it upon him because I have zero time to build right now. He built it for me, and I'm going to talk about things. And honestly, this kit is gigantic. It is nice. You get the bang for your buck here, especially with that of a real grade, and the technology shows in it. So let's get started. I want to start by saying again, this is a massive kit. So much so that when you get to the size comparison, if I compare it to other kits, you'll be astounded by it. But the first thing I want to do is talk about how, between the look of the decals and the engineering technology that went into this, this is a very, very nice kit. It looks the part, it plays the part, it has tons of mechanical design that I just find lovely. The color separation is really great as well. There's not just one shade of red, there's seven different shades of red. And that's something that I actually really like. And the reason why that is because with mechanical designs that I constantly talk about with people, I always talk about people don't like seam lines. To me, that's one of the things I actually enjoy because on a moving robot, especially something that would be this big, to me, you would need something like these cool sliding plates to help it move fast, especially because bending and tearing metal consistently actually weakens it. So I just thought that something like that would be really cool, and it's why I like seam lines because it also shows how well you put a robot together. I mean, welding wise, right? But again, that's just me. I know a lot of people hate seam lines, and I'm totally fine with that. But anyway, let's jump into articulation. Sazabi has a head movement that rotates easily left and right. It has some expression with looking down as well. It actually looks down pretty far really easily, but can't really look too far up. So that's something you'll have to worry about. If you get the drop on him, he won't be able to see you coming. But then it's a psycho frame, so who knows, right? You get a nice torso articulation that goes left and right. The arms are very, very nice, and I want to get into that because here you can pull up the design here and rotate a lot of the shoulder pads to give you that extra that extra range that you really, really would want. Actually, let me see if I can find it. There we go. The arms are jointed, so you actually get a double jointed range that rotates all the way up. So nothing is actually hindered at all in the arms, and I think that's amazing. You actually have a great range going outward as well. So easily, this is way better than the Robot Damashi in my opinion, because while you get the mechanical design, you also get a great range that shows you mechanical wise it could just stretch out. Even now, I can pull out the joint here, and you can see it stretch out, and you have an extra bit of rotating range. So this is absolutely wonderful to have on a real grade, especially because I don't see a lot of builders actually use this articulation, but I'm definitely going to try to show it off in photos to show you the range that you get. The plates actually lift up, which allow the legs an extra bit of range to come forward. The knees are double jointed, so you can actually sit down. The thrusters actually maneuver out. This actually maneuvers out as well. The leg has an excellent, excellent, excellent amount of ankle pivot. It's ridiculous how this has more articulation, mechanical design wise, than other action figures do. So this easily beats out the Robot Damashi in terms of look for me and the term of articulation. So it's something really nice. There's thigh swivel as well. So this is something that mechanical design wise, because it was built so well, maybe that's why I'm so enamored by it. But it honestly just does the job for me, where it just like I'm actually gonna rotate it, get it into a cool robot pose, and then technically you could just watch him literally get into a pose as if he were fighting, like using martial arts as a model kit. So, you've never seen a Sazabi move like this, but here I am posing it, and look how easy that was for me to do that. This is the kind of range that I talk about with the real grade that you don't kind of get with older high grades, but you're starting to get with more high grades now. But the real grade Sazabi kills all of that. This articulation is ridiculous. The look is ridiculous. The added look of the decal, the different shades of red. This is something that is wonderful. Even this backpack here, the rocket fuel tubes actually move, and even the backside moves up and down to give you even more range. So again, I don't find any issue with this at all. I think this is a wonderful kit. And we didn't even get into the accessories. I'm just talking about articulation wise, this is probably the best rear grade I own. And then you can actually take these out. And not jumping into accessories, but I want to show that these actually move as well. They rotate left and right. And you can take out the funnel bits and transform them for their outside mode, so you can show them when they're protecting Char. So this is actually really dope. You have attention to detail. You have articulation. I can easily take a million pictures of this right now, just like this, at different angles and kill the game. So I'm going to leave him like that, and I want to talk about his accessories. One thing Char Sazabi come with is his big old shield that is wonderfully done in a, I don't want to say Neo Xiang, but it's probably Neo Xiang at this point. I can't remember in Char's Counterattack what side he was on, because he switched sides so many damn times. But the shield is actually wonderful. It clips right into the arm. There's going to be a groove for it that you'll find 2 slots for. Actually 3 slots for. And it connects easily right there. So as you can see, it actually holds and distributes the weight. And it's not shaky. This is by far, literally to me, the best real grade done so far. It's the best looking one. It's a fan favorite. This is by far the best, and I'm going to say it. But his shield also stores 2 weapons. One being a beam saber that I just took out right here, which will connect to the beam saber armaments I'll get into in a second. And then is his beam katar, which actually has several modes, but I'm going to take the beam saber off so I can take that off. And we're going to jump into this, which is stored inside, and you have to lift up and off the grooves. And I forgot how to do it. There we go. You have to slide it out. It takes a little bit of work, but it's there. But then you get the beam katar, which you can actually use in several different forms. So there's the axe mode, which you'll attach just the 2 beam sides. You can actually just use one if you want. But if you want, there's 2 beam sides. This will turn into a tomahawk for you. So you can make it into a beam tomahawk, a throwing axe. Then let's say you take that out, right? Let's say you wanted to be the extended version where you kind of get this nice beam javelin / lance. You can get the 2 sides right here for that, right? This is the part that you also can actually, I believe you can attach it inside here. I can't remember. Oh, wait, yeah, you can. So, I'm having some trouble, so bear with me. So you can actually attach it. It attaches at the end of the shield. You can attach it further in as well, but you get lots of different angles and things that you didn't see in Char's Counterattack movie, which is crazy because you should watch that if you didn't. Then you can actually attach it in the middle. So you can attach a third part. So weapons-wise, I already love it. That's for close quarters combat stuff. We didn't even get to the weapons that you can get otherwise. So you also get 2 beam saber armaments. I already attached one so you can see what it looks like. Then you get his rifle. Now I already left the hand attached because I wanted to talk about it. But the rifle is actually really dope. It looks like a beam shotgun, but it's not. It is a beam rifle. You can actually remove the magazine as well. Mine is actually a little stuck in there, but I know you can remove it. So I'm going to leave that in there. It has some pump action going to it, and it looks absolutely wonderful. As far as hands go, you get 2 closed fists. One I already have attached. Here's the other one right here. Then you get 2 open palms. One I have there. One you'll see here. You can always use that for grabbing and whatever action you want to choose. Then you have dedicated hands for holding beam weaponry or other weapons. And then there's going to be the trigger hand. The trigger hand is definitely only for the right hand. That's all you ever really see him use it with. And then you get a stand attachment, which will attach underneath the Sazabi. Oop, I dropped it. But you'll get a beam stand that attaches right here at the bottom, right on the Sazabi, which makes it wonderful. Now, real quick, before I do anything else, I want to get into the size comparisons and talk about the Sazabi in terms of size. Because I know I said he's gigantic, but you really don't know until you see it next to something else. So we're going to get into that. We're going to pose him up. Oh, side skirts lift up as well. I don't know why I missed that. So we're going to get you nice and propped up. And I want to get him in a position that shows the best height ability. So you have to finagle that ankle pivot to make sure it shows. Put these arms down. Make him look good. All nice for the camera. Leave him. Now, one thing I guess you would worry about is him being back heavy a little, which is fine. But if you have some issues with that or distributing weight, I definitely say just work on it. So real quick, we're going to jump into size comparison and compare him to other Gundam model kits that I have lying around. And I have a Dom. So we have an Origin Dom, and comparing size-wise, you can see just how gigantic he is. Just in case you don't believe that, here's our high-grade RX-78 size-wise. And they're both, all 3 of these considered 1/444 scale. And the thing about it is, as you get later in the UC, the mobile suits continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Sazabi being one of the pinnacles of height with that isn't like the O, you know what I mean? So there we have all of those, or the Psycho Gundam. So here we are them size-wise with other HGUC kits from the Origin. These are very nice, right? Size-wise, they look tiny in comparison to the Sazabi. Then as far as real grades go, we have the Quanta. So here is the real grade Quanta, size-wise, next to the Sazabi. And then you can see here, it's still tiny and insignificant compared to Sazabi. And last but not least, I want to compare it to another real grade suit that was close enough to it, which is the real grade Sananju. And even though Sananju stands right next to it, it still seems much smaller than the Sazabi. Just white, like the height, the width, everything about it just commands dominance over other mobile suits. So it's really cool to see it actually play out in a figure or a model kit, I should say. So Gunpla-wise, the last but not least, I want to show it up against the Master Grade RX-78, which is the granddaddy. And even as the RX-78 stands next to him, actually I want to fix this up. I hate the way he's posed. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have OCD about this. But I want to make him look decent. He's the granddaddy. He deserves that respect. But even against Master Grade RX-78, Sazabi still looks comparably in size to him. And this is ridiculous. That's just how nice and big it is. But again, this is a real grade. It's big. It's gigantic. And to me, it's probably the nicest one ever made to date right now. And I hope they continue this trend to go forward. And just for giggles, I'm going to show you it next to a Ultraman monster from SHF. And as you can see, size-wise, Sazabi is killing the game right now, right? In the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed this new thing. I hope you found it informative. And most of all, I hope you do good, be good, drink your water. Also, build some Gunpla. Later. One quick thing that I forgot to mention. There's also a bonus rifle. Should you head by the Gunpla magazine of that month, there is a bonus rifle that you can get. I left a dedicated hand on there for it. It looks really cool. You'll probably see it in photos, but I wanted to make sure I pointed it out. It's a really, really nice rifle. You can also use it to combine with other Sananju weapons, which I've seen, which is really dope. Later.